After the official announcement by the President of Nigeria over the removal of subsidy, the amount of people on queues in Nigerian petrol stations was a lot. The Rivers State Police Command stated that its operative busted a suspected baby factory and rescued 6 pregnant girls. Billboards urging President Ramaphosa to arrest his Russian counterpart during his anticipated trip to the country in August were seen in South Africa, saying the president should honor Africans' human rights legacy. Good afternoon, our dear viewers. Welcome to the 1 p.m. news edition with Hazele, OGOIGBE, coming to you live and direct from Golfe TV Africa here in the city of Cotonou. Now to the news in detail, starting from the Nigerian scene. One of the 36 states in Nigeria, Rivers State Police Command, stated that its operatives busted a suspected baby factory and rescued 6 pregnant girls near Choba in the Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. Now, the State Commissioner of Police, Polycarp Emeka, disclosed this to journalists at a press conference in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. The Rivers State Police Command said its operative busted a suspected baby factory and rescued 6 pregnant girls near Choba in the Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State in Nigeria. The State Commissioner of Police, Polycarp Emeka, disclosed this to journalists at a press conference in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. Emeka said the feat was achieved following credible information, which led to the arrest of the prime suspect identified as Akudo Ozoro during a raid on the alleged child trafficking home. The commission said during interrogation, the 39-year-old woman confessed to the crime as she and her accomplice were paraded before journalists at the state police headquarters. The police boss added that the prime suspect was arrested alongside her accomplice, another female, whose identity was not given. 6 pregnant girls were rescued upon interrogation. Akudo Ozoro confessed to the crime. The Nigerian police have successfully rescued the 6 pregnant women after raiding the suspected baby factory. Moreover, a thorough investigation is underway to identify and apprehend any additional individual connected to the criminal network. Sadly, the existence of baby factories is sadly not a new phenomenon in Nigeria, where women are abducted with the intention of impregnating them and selling their newborn babies. This distressing practice has plagued Nigeria for some time, with similar cases surfacing in the past. Notably, in 2019, the Nigerian police liberated 19 pregnant women from properties in Lagos that were described as baby factories. Furthermore, in the preceding years, over 160 children were rescued from 2 unregistered orphanages in the city, shedding light on the widespread nature of this illicit trade. Crossing over to the news in brief, Senegalese President Macky Sall says his government will ensure that next year's election are peaceful, free and fair. This follows weeks of fresh opposition unrest over fears he might run for a 3rd term and sideline a key rival, Usman Sonko. Let's cross briefly back to Nigeria. The National Petroleum Company Limited Wednesday morning officially increased fuel pump price in Nigeria, more than 500 naira in different parts of the country. Now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation stated pegged fuel prices at 537 naira per litre in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. The National Petroleum Company Limited on Wednesday morning officially increased fuel pump price to more than 500 naira in different parts of Nigeria. Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation station pegged fuel price at 537 naira per litre in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, during his inaugural address on Monday, announced that petrol subsidy was gone with no budgetary allocation to fund this announcement. Tinubu said government funding subsidy can no longer justify its ever-increasing cost in the wake of drying resources. A document seen by The Guardian early Wednesday showed pricing variety in different parts of Nigeria, indicating a sharp increase from the previous 184 naira per litre official pump price to more than 500 naira per litre. President Tinubu's speech on Monday was instantly greeted by long queues at petrol stations across Nigeria, with many citizens being unaware of the cause of the sudden fuel scarcity. By Tuesday morning, many petrol stations sold fuel for over 400 naira, while the official pump price was still at 184 naira per litre. This is amid scarcity and panic buying by Nigerians. A spokesperson for Nigerian petrol marketer Yakubu Sulaiman said they are supporting the deregulation of the industry by removing subsidy. A country that can survive without deregulating the economy, Sulaiman added. He, however, assured Nigerians of his commitment to ensuring a ceaseless supply of the product. Still on that, Nigerian cities have been hit by long queues of motorists stocking up on petroleum products as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu announced the fuel subsidies would be abolished.
Oil subsidy is gone.
Just about 24 hours after Nigeria's new president made that statement at his inauguration, this is what followed. Long queues at petrol stations. It's a familiar problem. But this one took many by surprise because the subsidy on petrol actually still subsists until the end of June.
As I came out this morning, I wanted to go and buy fuel and start my business. I found out there's no fuel anywhere. Even the filling station, that have fuel, they hoard everything. They are waiting for the new price. Do you understand? So, and the problem about it now, it will be so difficult on Nigerians because it will affect everything in the market. Everything, both house rent and everything.
I know we are the one doing ourselves in this country because all the filling stations, they are holding the fuel. They have. The moment they heard the announcement from the president that the subsidy is gone, all of them shut their filling station because they want to make more profits.
The government has advised against panic buying, adding that the fuel subsidy is still in place until the end of next month, and it has more than enough supply of petroleum products in its storage.
We have sufficient supply of petroleum product, particularly petroleum motor spirit in our country, and there is no reason to panic. We understand people will be scared of potential changes to price of petrol, but that is not enough for people to rush to fuel stations to buy more than what they need. But we are also assured that, we are watching all the distribution networks and support facility, and we believe that normalcy will be restored very soon.
Nigeria's budget for fuel subsidy for 2023 only covers the first half of the year. That means from July this year, Nigerians will begin to pay the market price for petrol. The government is counting on the Dangote refinery to meet all of the country's domestic supply of refined petrol and end decades-long costly imports. 2 of the government-owned refineries are also being rehabilitated to resume domestic refining of petrol. The first batch of oil from the Dangote refinery is set to hit the market by the end of July this year.
On Thursday, a criminal court in Dakar sentenced Senegalese opposition politician Ousmane Sonko, a candidate in the 2024 presidential election, to 2 years imprisonment on a charge of corruption of young people while acquitting him of rape. More information in the following commentary. On Thursday, a criminal court in Dakar sentenced Senegalese opposition politician Ousmane Sonko, a candidate in the 2024 presidential election, to 2 years imprisonment on the charge of corrupting young people while acquitting him of rape. The criminal division also sentenced Mr. Sonko's co-accused Ndeye Kadi Ndiaye, the owner of the beauty salon where Mr. Sonko was accused of repeatedly abusing a female employer, to 2 years imprisonment. The corruption of the youth, which consists of poaching or encouraging the debauchery of a young person under the age of 21, is an offense under Senegalese law and not a crime like rape, a lawyer present at the hearing, stated. Usman Sonko would have been stripped of his electoral rights if he had been convicted in absentia of a crime such as rape. However, the reclassification of the offense as a misdemeanor under the Electoral Code appears to maintain the threat of ineligibility for Mr. Sonko and his abilities to stand in the 2024 presidential election in Senegal. Riots have broken out in Senegal's capital, Dakar, on Thursday after the court sentenced the leading opposition politician to 2 years in jail for corrupting youth, undermining his chances in running for presidency come 2024. University law professor Indiak Fo stated that Usman Sonko could demand a retrial if he gives himself in to the authorities. The rape case has triggered violent protests in the West African country Senegal since 2021. Sonko supporters denounced the charges as a ploy to prevent Sonko's running in next year's presidential election. The government and the justice system deny this. Sonko's Pasteur party said the verdict was part of a political plot and called on citizens to take to the streets. Violence erupted at a central university campus where protesters set a car alight and threw rocks at riot police, who responded by firing tear gas at them. A former tax inspector who came third in the election, Sonko, has tapped into frustrations with President Macky Sall that have grown since he was elected in 2012. Critics say Macky Sall has failed to create jobs and has stifled opposition criticisms amidst rumor he may seek to bypass presidential term limits and run again next year. Sall has neither confirmed nor denied this statement. Usman Sonko has garnered strong support among the young, many of whom have responded to his calls to take to the streets to protest against his judicial problems, prompting security crackdowns that have led to death. Demonstrations are not uncommon in Senegal and typically increase around elections, but Sall's second term has been particularly turbulent for Senegal, a country usually viewed as one of West Africa's strongest democracy. Crossing over to Somalia leaders have agreed to introduce direct elections from next year, starting with local council elections before parliamentary and presidential poll processes. Now, the agreement, which also abolishes the office of the Prime Minister, must be ratified by the Parliament before its implementation.
Following his re-election last year, President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud pledged to move this country to a universal suffrage process. The journey has started now. After days of discussions in Mogadishu,